Hey there, guys, and welcome back. And ignore that audio mixer. I was about to turn the music back up a little bit. Let's see, around about 5% is normally where I have it, I believe. And here we are finishing off this thingy. This is obviously the motherboard holder for my Ender 3 that I'm going to mount on here. Idea is, in case you have not been following the series, to mount it up above here. It's a bespoke, fancy motherboard holder. Not really necessary, but of course I have a 3D printer, which is also not necessary. So that's what we're doing today. I did obviously come back and finish the fans as promised. Again, did not want to bore you with all that, which is over here. So all this lofting that had to get done, obviously was not going to spend all stream doing that. And now we are back over to the legs. Now I had an idea, and that idea is to come all the way back here and hit the delete button. And that's because I was poking around and something stood out to me, and I think this is a good idea. What I'm going to do here, my idea, is to come in here to the legs, the left leg more specifically, and go like this, as built joint, that and that. Whoops, that did not work, obviously. There we go. And ball joint. And the snap would obviously be the center of the ball. And what's this gonna let me do is it's gonna let me design this straight across, so I no longer have to worry about getting all those weird angles. And then I can just reposition the leg however I need it to be to sit on there correctly. So that should solve a lot of my problems. I can just build the leg straight out however, and then we should be good. I think I'm still going to end up with a point at center of circle, sphere, etc. And then also an axis and a plane at a let's see. How do I want to, because I do want this to be actually in line with the center plane is what I want this, where this plane to be. That way I don't that way I don't have to worry about anything. Everything is in line. So actually this should work. That, hit the right button, and there, and that should have me. Okay, it is not quite there. Never mind. I was hoping, since I was pointing right, that it would go perpendicular, but I guess because I was off on the camera. So let's see, what else do we got here? Let's try this. That, and point, and let me try. It's got to take a face, so let's just grab this. All right, that's gonna work for me. Okay, that works for me. And then again, plane at angle was my plan here. That way I can just go 90 degrees, and we can just build straight out from here. And I'm gonna build one leg, and then I'll move the leg component, copy the leg component over, and get all that hooked up. The goal with this stream is to get this done in about an hour. Since we are already on part 4 of this series, again, as always, I don't particularly like having this many parts. I prefer to get it done in like 2, but center of leg base ball joint, leg base ball joint. This is the y-axis, and this is the that's the y plane. Yeah. There we go. So since I want to get it done as quickly as possible, we will save as many steps as possible and not do the legs individually. We'll just copy the leg over 2 times and then use the ball joint method that we just established to position it into the correct position for each leg. which makes a lot of sense, right? Now I'm gonna want an offset joint actually, because again, I don't want it right dead center of the ball joint there. I want it offset by a little bit. The ball joint was, let me double check really quick. Sketch, ball joint, what was our 35? So let's go 15. We'll see what 15 looks like. That from there, minus 15. Okay, 15 is definitely too much. I feel like I probably did the same thing last week. Or not last week. What was that? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday? Something like that. Whenever it was the last time we worked on this. Guessed 15 and it was way off. Maybe around about there. The next thing I want to do, I was thinking, is I think I want to make these legs skinnier than they were before. And therefore, instead of bulbing out first, we're going to bulb in. I think I did do that at the end of the last stream, if I recall correctly, but I would like to make it more pronounced, is what I would like to do. So, we got that guy, and again, because we're just going to keep on traveling in line, this is top of first leg segment. We can just keep on doing this, and minus 10, or no, it's going to have to be more than that. So let's start dragging and see what looks reasonable. Maybe right about there. Let's try 50. We'll see how this turns out. Oh, no, that's right. Actually, it depends how I want to make it, right? So I was thinking back to, I wanted it to look a bit more spindly. So let me actually back that up to minus 30. And then what I'm thinking I'm going to do is grab that, go on the inside as previously discussed. Go in a good bit, so like 5, and then we will flare back out on the other side. Offset that guy, minus, so we had 30 there, so I'm thinking maybe 20. I don't want it to be quite center, just for artistic reasons, but at the same time, I don't want it to be a full 30, I don't think. We'll see what happens. This is top of first leg segment. Loft. Naming the things. Of first leg joint, and now we hit the loft button and see what happens here. See how it looks. So that's where we're at right now, and then we can always, oh, this is the other thing I found out, and let's do a join here. The other thing I found out while doing the vents, I didn't realize that this is actually draggable right here. So you see how we can actually manipulate the look here? I thought that was pretty cool. But do I like how that, I kind of do like how that looks here. So let's just give this a quick look. Direction, connected, direction. Do I like that better? No, I think I like this one better. Okay, we hit the join button. I don't know if I have this seam because it's off a sphere or because I was screwing with that line thing. Let's hit the join button here and see whether or not I still got that. Nope, I do. Okay, so there we go. And the second ball joint, as previously discussed, should be smaller. It's just a question of where best to fit it, I guess. Toss that in, go mine it. So if the first one was 35, we'll go 25 on this one. And if we were 20 out from, or no, we were like 7 out from the middle of the other one. So, we were at like 7 out. This will end up being like, if this is 25 instead of 35, this might only end up being like 2 or 3 out maybe. So let's go 3 and see what happens here. Draw this ball joint in. Make sure we are centered on that guy. I don't know if that was the correct thing to be centered on, but okay, no, that is the back end I'm seeing. Turn this body off right quick. We can turn the rest of this stuff off as well because we don't need this right now. There we go. And the ender. There we go. And then, like I said, 25 is our new circle. And it actually looks like I maybe... Alright, you know what? Let's go 35 then. Let's go 35 and see how it looks. Again, throw this in here. That. And that. Turn that off. Revolve this. There's revolve. Try that again. There we go. And I think this should be a new body. So that way we can apply an independent ball joint to it. Let's look at this. Oh, wait, I just hit join, didn't I? Derp face. Alright, so we are definitely, so that ball is definitely eating that. If we move this out to 7 though, we should be at round about the same place. Yeah, okay, so that looks symmetrical. But we don't necessarily need symmetrical, right? Actually, we could have this joined right now. We could have this joined right now. And then do a new body on the other one and ball joint this to the other one. That would be the other option. Yeah. Let's keep it simple then and join this one. But this being as it is, all right, we are still at -3. So let's go ahead and shrink this down then. 30, see how that looks. Okay, and then let me come back here to this guy. Turn that there, grab that. Concentric. And let's make this guy 20. Then maybe 25. Okay, we made that guy 25. This loft needs to be updated with that. And now do I want to go direction here? Nope. Connected, direction, nope. And give this guy a quick spin. Alright, so it only really gets more bulbous like that. And we can try that out. Don't particularly like it, so we'll keep that there. And what happens if I spin this all the way around? Nothing good. Okay, gotcha. So snap back there. Thank you. And I guess that's going to be it. Okay. And now this guy, we can... -6. And what size are you right now? You're at 30. We can turn you back to... Oh, you are not. Let's do this. Centered on that. There we go. Make sure that's a construction line. It is not. And then we can go back to 25 here, like I wanted to in the first place. Okay, maybe not back to 25. I take it back. Control Z. You're staying at 30. I was just trying to get a better offset here. -8. -9. Okay, and we are starting to disconnect from there. So -8, let's see how that looks. Any open edges, doesn't really look like it. So that is where we're going to be at, it looks like. And again, change this over to join. And we'll keep this as one segment, and then we'll create another segment. And actually, maybe we move this to first segment. Might have been better to do that at the beginning to keep ourselves better organized. I was not really thinking ahead, but that's all right. Rename first segment, first leg segment, Smigmig segment. There we go. And honestly, we can rename this to just, no, we'll leave it as front leg for now. Okay, so now we went, for a second there, I thought I saw the edge of this sticking out. For printing purposes, I don't really want any flat edges stuck in here for the slicer to get a hold of. So I do want it meshed completely with the ball. Kind of almost looks like there is a flat edge on there, but I not really selecting it, doesn't seem. So I guess it's just my imagination. So let's go ahead and create a new component, second leg segment. Okay. And we will go off of this guy. This was the second ball joint. There we go. And go off of, how much was that? Do we end up at 8 there? Double check. All right, -8, so we will go -8 on the other side. -8. Go here. Project out that, or no, intersect that rather. Intersect that. And I really should be doing body. Actually, body was probably, no, body's fine because it's only an intersect. I take it back. All right. And we'll start with that, just like we did before. Top of second leg segment. Loft. Copy paste. Maybe copy this. Okay. Okay. Offset that by, so we could go normally legs, you have a shorter leg on the bottom and a longer leg on top, but because this is alien, kind of alien spaceship kind of thing, we could do a longer leg on the bottom just to make it abnormal looking, unnatural looking. Yeah, I think we'll try that. We'll see how that turns out. And I don't have any other sketches open, right? Just to make sure I'm staring at the correct thing. Turn that off. Grab that. Okay. And now we decide how much smaller we want it. So we were at 35 to 25 before, if I am correct about that. And right now we are at 25-ish. So we will go down to 15. Okay. Middle of loft. And grab that, and we did, I want to say we did 40-30 before, so this 50, this will be 50-40. I will double check those numbers just to get it relatively accurate. So, hop back up here. Can you let me edit that, please? Okay, that was 30. So I got that wrong. 30, 20. So we will instead edit these to be minus 40, minus 30 instead. Okay. And get our projections in. Maybe the other way around. Okay. And we could make this smaller. Let's go ahead and make this smaller. So the other one was 15. Let's make this one. Let's make it 20. We'll go with the hourglass shape again. We'll keep it with the hourglass. Although we are heading towards the foot, but the foot I'm also thinking of putting on a ball joint as well. So if it wasn't a ball joint, I might go, instead of hourglass, I'd make it cone shaped. But since we're going onto a ball joint, I'm pretty sure for the foot, we will go ahead and bottom of make that hourglass as well. This actually should be luft. There we go. Turn on and hit that. Whoops, not that. There we go. And let's turn the first segment on. I guess don't turn the first segment on. I take it back. And we'll put the ball joint into the foot component since we had the ball joint on the previous component here. So rather than joining the ball joint here, we'll have this ball joint with that component, this ball joint with the foot, and this will be independent. Just the way I feel like doing it right now. There's actually, I don't think, an argument for one way or another. Alright, so that's our leg so far. Let's compare it to the rest of the body. Front and back panel, and pop up to body. Oh wait, did the leg not end up underneath the body? Okay, well, again, mistakes were made, but let me actually do that back here when we actually create. Go here, go here, go here, try to get ourselves in the timeline in the correct place. All right, cool. Go there, go there. Okay, no. That's all we need right there. And then I will drag you up. Attempt to drag you up. I guess I will not be dragging you up. What about now? Can I drag you up now? No. Huh. What about now? Now? That is fascinating. Okay, so why can I drag it up down here but not afterwards? Maybe it's because it's not a top level anymore? Once I move the other one out? Maybe once I move the other one out, then it's not a top level? That's the only explanation I got right now, so... Anyway. I don't hate it, so... I think that's where we're gonna be at. Once we bend it into shape, we should be able to have a better understanding of how it looks. That and that. That's a ball joint on that guy. Okay. So just for demonstration purposes. Huh. Huh. Not working the way I expected it to. That is working correctly. That is working correctly. That one. Actually, are you two in the wrong? Okay, there we go. There we go. Capture position. Yeah, huh. Okay. So that first ball joint does not seem to be connected to the body at this point. So we will re-examine this. Delete this. It's possible that it broke when I transferred it to the new component. It's a possibility. See, like, that looks like that's animating correctly, right? Okay, there we go. But this... Oh, did I delete this one too? Where's this one at? Control Z. Okay, I might have deleted that one too. Okay. Let's check back in here. Okay, yeah, that is gone as well. That would explain that one. That to that, and the ball joint is there. Okay. So, yes, excellent. There. And then, no, not like that. Okay, what we can do then in that case, we'll make this rigid. Actually, all the way up here. Turn that on. Rigid group. Rigid group. No children. That. And that. And hopefully that fixes that problem. Let's see. Otherwise, I can always So, no. Alright. Well, that doesn't fix that problem. So, we will burn that bridge when we get there. Let's come down here and finish what we're working on. New component, foot. New component, boot. And then we can go ahead and... So it ended up being -8 again, right? On the other one. So let's go ahead and do -8 to start off with on this one. -8. And again, the ball joint is going to be smaller. So we were at 35, 25. So this we can call 15 or maybe 20. I maybe don't want to go all the way here. I might want to just... let's see, project on this one. Key. Turn this stuff off. Whoops. Actually, yeah. Sketches. No, sketches stay on. And look at it. Look at me. Yeah, I might not want to go the full 10 here, but we'll see what it looks like once we have it on there. Oh, I accidentally clicked this guy. Gotcha, understood. Let me turn those joints off really quick so I don't accidentally click them and bring them into the sketch. There we go. There we go. Finish, revolve. And new body is accurate. And now we can do the foot. The foot, well, actually, I take that back. First, let's see how that lines up. It does not line up. Does not line up. Okay. And it doesn't look like it's going to line up if I back it up. So, let's make this 20. Finish. And now we can back it up. It looks like we can get it to fit backed up. So, -3. A little bit more, -2. Now the one problem is that this doesn't give us much space for... Still got a little bit of an edge there. So, let me come back into this sketch then. And shrink this guy down. to make our life easier. Okay, yeah, actually that's far enough out at this point that, and so long as I do not have an edge revealed here, which it doesn't look like I do. All right, yeah, so never mind. I was going to say it might be too close to the foot, the joint, but it doesn't appear to be that way. Now, since we got threes going on here, so we have 3 ball joints, we have 2 leg segments in the foot for 3, we have 3 legs. We don't have 3 anywhere else, I don't think, but that's not the point. I was thinking 3 toes is where I was going with this conversation. The only question is, maybe we do a hex-based foot pad, and then do 3 toes off that in a triangle formation. That might be an idea. So we will this is football joint. There we go. And we will go -3, -4. I think I want to get kind of far down here. -5. Okay, let's go there. And I will intersect that. And I want the polygon to be circumscribed this time. So on there, tangent to that. There we go. So that should be what we're looking for. I will arbitrarily make this vertical, and we can make that a construction line, and then I will loft this down from there. Minus, let's say 4, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4. Let's see how that looks, how deep that looks. Let me go front here. Actually, I guess I probably need to clear the ball. So if I've gone so far, you know what? I will, instead of trying to remember, I will just hit this button. This one was -5. The ball joint is 20, right? Yes, 20. So 20 and half is 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. So this one needs to be -5. There we go. And that will be tangent to the bottom. So we will completely absorb the bottom here. There we are. Project this out. Maybe don't project that out. So again, okay. So 1,500,001 ways to skin a cat here. We could project this out and then do the offset lines. Again, I try to avoid offset lines for reasons that I've demonstrated in this project so far. So we will instead recreate the polygon. I will, however, project out this guy so that we can have this parallel. Make sure this is parallel. Unless I didn't want to. Okay, so we could make a twisted. It would look a little bit weird, but we could make a twisted loft here, which might be kind of interesting. Yeah, that might be kind of interesting. So let me try this to here, and then this is going to be equal to that. Whoops, not that. Equal to that. Oh no, it won't be equal to that. I take that back. The inside one is some amount. What is this one? 17. So let's go to, let's grab a circle here. Since the other one is circumscribed, we'll go circumscribed on this one. And let us make that like 20. Okay, maybe a little bigger. 25. And we'll see how that looks. Make that a construction line. Make that a construction line. Turn that off. Make that a construction line. Thank you. Alright. And now we'll see how this loft looks. And then I will get back to naming stuff. Join. How's this look with the rest of everything turned on? Maybe we grab this guy and use our newfound powers of borking stuff up. Nah, maybe we don't. A little hard to see. I don't really want, I kind of want straight edges. Straighter edges, and that's not going to happen with the direction because direction gives us bulbs. Alright, I'm going to hit the OK button and see how this actually looks. Oh, shoot, that's right. The bottom one was supposed to be on the inside. Whoopsies. I forgot. Second leg segment. There we go. And this should not be tangent. This should be dragon. What is going on here? There we go. Like that. That should be like that. Wait, no, that shouldn't be like that. Oh no, I guess it works. Okay. Whichever's. So how does that look back to the previous question? That, and hop up the body. Oh, that's right. That's why I had legs on a different component because, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. How much do I break if I delete this? Yes. We'll see how much I break. Okay, it looks like I just broke the joints, which makes sense. So that's cool. I'm okay with that. Up to mech. There we go. Do I hate that? Let us come down here. Or I guess come down here, rather. And put a little bit more meat on the foot. Because we're going to need some meat to attach the toes to, so that's going to impact the look of it. It's probably just a little silly. Okay, so we'll come back down here. Not that one, nope. That one. And where are we at? There we are. Delete that. Then we can go ahead and make that parallel as previously planned. And hit the sketch button. And it looks like the loft did not update. Oh, did my... I think I know why the loft did not update. Because I played around with this, right? Here, let's delete this really quick. There to there. Okay, that should be correct. Hit join button. Alright, there we go. Actually, I wonder if this shouldn't be a little bit wider. So let's go -10 and see, you know, just as a point of reference. Quick question. Okay, good. The foot here didn't really look like it was joined to this ball, which is why I had to check. Actually, let's... No, yeah, that definitely says join. Yeah, okay, that's definitely joined. Okay, cool. Just doesn't look joined at all. So, do I prefer that, or do we bring that back down a little bit? -8. -5, and then make this bigger. 10. Probably not 10 though. 8. Alright, let's start putting toes on it and see what it looks like. We have two options to do toes with. We could have the toes run like this, in a triangle pattern like that, or we can have a toe here, here, and here. Those are two options. I'm a little concerned right now of the toes being too small. I'm also concerned about, back to this foot is supposed to be T-nutted to the frame. Although on the end, on the other one on the end, we can just put a through bolt through it into the frame. All that has to be an M6 though. So I've got a little bit of an issue on how this is all getting bolted together to the frame. The leg is going to print in one piece. That's my plan, is for the leg to print in one piece. We did talk about hollowing out the backside, which may be alright. We may be alright. Yeah, I may be overcomplicating things. I may not need to think this hard about this. My only question at this point is how exactly, because the toes are going to have to be jointed too, I'm pretty sure, how exactly I want those joints to look on here. So. I kind of feel like the joint, well, I don't kind of feel like the joint kind of has to be. All right, here's what we'll do. I think that's 8. Let's go 4 then. -4. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to label things. This is foot ball joint. This is top of foot platform. Loft. Bottom of loft. The construction lines. Foot platform. And this is going to be toe joint plane, I think. I think this is going to be how I do it. I've never actually tried doing it this way before, but we are going to see how it works. These may not be the correct place for these, but let's see, that toe there, that toe here, which means that this is like that, and then that is like that. Okay. And I can make these construction lines. And we'll see how well this works out. I actually don't know whether or not this will work out, but we can at least give it a try. I'm just considering. Actually. I probably shouldn't do it like this. Okay. We're going to delete that. Let's also delete that. Bottom of foot. Whoops. Of foot platform. Huh. What did I misspell here that these two aren't conflicting? Bottom of foot platform, bottom of foot platform. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's see. I'm thinking we will loft down. It oftentimes does not work, but I'm going to attempt it. Project that out. I want a trapezoid here. Make this some number 70. We'll start at 70 and see where we go from there. 70. Actually, not like that. That's stupid. There we go. And how deep do we want it? 10. Let's see what 10 looks like. Might be alright. So the idea is that this is actually solid here. This is where I'm going with this. This ends up being solid here, and then the joint to bend will be on here. That probably works out better. Because we're going to drill through this foot right here, put a hole through it to mount it to the whatchamacallit, so we actually don't want a joint in the middle there. We want to be able to hollow this out. So that is where I'm at right now. Now let me see if, again, normally does not work, but sometimes I feel like it does. Okay, sometimes I feel like it does, and it does. So that is a join. That is going to be solid. And let us take, I don't use the square one too often, so we will take that out, pin 2, and hit that button. Features, that guy, select. I do not have a center of circle just yet, so let's come back to the sketch and toss this in here to give me a circle. Finish. Circle. Features, not faces, features. Objects. Loft. Axis. That. 3 of them. Okay, there we go. Alright, and this is toe base. Bottom foot is fine. Turn the toe base off. Okay, let us back this up to 5. And then I'm going to extend this out by 3 here. And now I'm going to rename this to top of toes, foot platform loft, and then we can throw the joint in here. And hopefully this works. Let's see. How do I want this to work? I'm half tempted to put a cylinder in here on the inside here and do the joint around the cylinder. I mean, actually, I could do the cylinder dead center. I could do the cylinder dead center. The only issue would be getting a reference plane for it, because all this as I draw it is not perpendicular to any specific plane. Doesn't look like it at any rate. Oh no, this one is. This one is. So I can, let's see. I need to get, I want one through the center right here. Let me go back in here on the toe base, drop this line in here, and then we can do the line at angle, or plane at angle. And I am blind, so give me a second. You'd be surprised how much I can get away with being blind and using a computer. It's really amazing. Intersect, okay. And now I want to center this, and I think I do want it to be the full size. And then we will go ahead and make this as a toe. Turn the body off. There and there. And new component. And turn the body back on. Well, I can either do symmetric to object or two-sided to object. I'm going to do two-sided to object. There and to object. There. And this is a new component, that is correct. So let's hit OK. This is toe joint. This is toe joint mid-plane, I guess. Let's really quick. This is going to be a revolve as built joint. I have S built up there and I keep on forgetting. I remember all the rest of them, just not that one. Revolve around here. And then we come in here and start doing the toe. And let's see. I can't, I can, but I prefer not to use that mid plane that we just set up. So if I don't want to do that, I kind of want this one here. So we can do an axis through cylinder, right? Axis through cylinder, and then plane at angle. And 90 degrees, because this is the direction I want to be drawing in, I'm pretty sure. And the only question is whether or not we need to make things bigger. I don't think we need to make things bigger, because again, these are actually going to be printed stationary. These are not actually going to be flexible, unless I want them to be. Do I want them to be? Nah, that complicates the design a bit, because then I gotta put the bolts in. The bolts have to bolt together. I mean, I actually could. It wouldn't be that difficult to. And it would give us some flexibility with the toes colliding with the extrusion. The only problem is with hiding the bolts, because you don't really want to see the bolts anywhere, which is why we're hiding the bolts inside of the foot. The bolts that connect the, what do you call it, to the frame, the mech to the frame. Decisions. All right, before we make a determination on that decision, let us first decide that I'm an idiot. Holy smokes, I'm an idiot. Okay, we're deleting these two. Okay. I just realized this is tangent to that face, so I actually already have that face. So here's bottom of foot, right? Bottom foot is, or is that not? Okay, that's bottom foot loft. So we do not actually have a bottom of foot just yet, so we can make that. So I can take this bottom of foot right here, use that as my bottom frame, and then any other frames I need, planes I need rather, frame of reference, plane, I can take it off of there. Okay. Well, you know, I can only feel just so silly, and then I get over it. Let us project out both of these guys so that I know where to stop. And I do want to leave a little bit of a gap. So let us turn that body off. Turn that body off. Or actually, no, I don't need to turn that body off. I can just turn the whole component off. There we go. And turn those guys off. Or don't turn those guys off, turn that off. There we go. And this body now. Body. Okay. So. I kind of want to again do a trapezoid, I think, here. Go here. Well, that's kind of silly. Don't have to actually go there. And just go here. There. That should not be a right angle. Oh no, that should be a right angle to there. Yes. That is correct. And then from here to here we can do 70. 70. And there we go. And I will there's a couple different ways we could do this. I think I might hit finish sketch here and then go at a angle here. Or no, maybe through two edges. That one, and let's see, that one. Do that. Let's turn this body on really quick so we can see. Yeah, because I plan on stopping here, right? So I think that actually makes sense to keep it in line. So let's go ahead, grab that, project out that, and that, just in case. I don't think we're going to need the back part, but, oh no, actually we will need the back part. Let's grab the intersect of that, okay. And then turn this, that should be the intersect there, right? So we will use that one instead then. And to finish sketch. And luft. That, hit the join button. And again, I think I do want, because this joint is fully inside over here on this body, because this joint is fully inside this body, I think I do want an offset here so that this can pivot down. If this was right up in there, then when we pivot this face would be going through this face right here. So this gives us a little bit of clearance. We could instead use this line right here. Let's hit joint for right now. Take a quick look at it. I think that's a reasonable toe. And then let's experiment with using the other line instead. Okay, so evidently that line was not constrained to begin with. We will constrain it now. Let's try that one instead. And You know what? That does give us more freedom of movement. So when I come up here, right? This is what I was talking about in case you weren't following. You see how we rotate around? We have somewhere where this face starts crushing into here. Let me get a different angle on this. So this is rotating around the cylinder just fine. And then right about there, it starts overlapping with the foot, right? So that's where our range is. When we had it the other way, it gave us less range. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. And now we will go ahead and rotate this toe around. Component, toe, select, circle, okay, create joints. And I have the as-built joint right there. I would just like to remind everybody that I'm bad at this. And center of that, okay. As-built joint, that, center of that, okay. And now let's toss the ball joints back in. Front leg, as built, that is a ball joint, centered on that, okay. As built, again, that is in the menu. I don't know why you're giving me that error. I do not know why. Oh, I know why. Because I never actually got rid of that ball joint, did I? That ball joint is actually still up here and I turned it off. That would make sense. Okay. Right, I turned it off so I didn't accidentally select it. Turn that joint back on. That's a slider joint. Where's my other? Is that down here? Nope, that's a rigid group. Where is my last joint? Oh, that's right. I moved leg back out, which killed the other joint. That is what happened. So we back up to mech as built. There, and ball joint on the center there. Hit OK. And now let's turn the sketch off. That is all the way down in the foot, so we will click the right click button, find in browser, turn off. Did we name everything? We didn't. Okay. Let me back up to here. Name this. This is top of toe. Bottom of toe loft. Top of toe loft. I'm kind of concerned that that is not constrained. I thought that was constrained. Oh, we did not have a depth on here. Okay, understood. Easy enough. 5. Make the toes a little bit bigger. That's all. Let's just take a quick look to make sure it doesn't look too ridiculous. It doesn't. So, this is going to be a little bit obnoxious to print, which is one reason why it is definitely worth consideration printing the toes as articulating in the final design, so the feet can be printed separately, or the toes can be printed separately, and then we can articulate it from there, or then we can put a bolt in, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to turn those off for just a hot second. And where are the rest of my joints? Oh, I just can't see them. Okay. So let us start. We are in mech right now. Let's start moving stuff. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Okay. This one I believe was the one that killed us last time. Yep, it is still the one that kills us this time. That looks like that is this joint right here. So let me change the selection order here. And second, attempt to change the selection order here. Where are you at? Front left leg. Front left leg. Huh. Alright, let's roll back to here. Delete that. As built. That and that. Oh, no, no, no. I just did it again. I want to select that and that. Okay. And now back towards the end. Alright, so try that again. That and that. Okay. There we go. There we go. Selection order matters. There's that. And then make sure this guy's good as well. It is. Alright, let's turn the frame back on right quick. Just gonna hit OK for a hot second. Go there. Bring you up a little bit. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Wow, this is difficult. Let me try to get a different angle on that. Okay. Okay. Grab this one, bring this one out a little bit. Minus 20. Cool. Let's get the foot ready to engage. And actually we can rotate down a little bit, and because again we need to be in line with the, oh actually this is gonna be hard at this angle. So this is the way it actually looks more reasonable, right? But it's gonna be hard to get that bolt in there. So maybe what I'm gonna do actually is I'll put a hole in here. Well, there's two ways I can do this, right? I could print these all in segments, put a hole through here, put the bolt through, put a cap on it to cover up the bolt, and then super glue the segments together in place. So print this separately, this separately, this separately, which will make it easier to print, and then just super glue them all together. That probably would be the easiest thing to do. Could do the similar thing down here with the toes. Could super glue the toes on there instead of bolting them if I'm already super gluing stuff. Alright, so that might be the plan. So, one of these things, getting this looking good in the CAD is not important. So, in that case, we will go ahead and let's see. So my plan here, the only thing that stopped me, the fact of the matter is that at this point, one of those things very simply, I would prefer to move copy, but in order to have it be symmetrical, it would be better to use the mirror on the front left leg over top of the X-plane that is over here, or I guess there, put that inside of the legs component. There's the X-plane there, so component, front left leg, select X-plane. Okay, so now those two legs are symmetric. And then the last one, we are going to just have to, well, I can probably components, that guy, create copy. Where is my handle? Down here somewhere? Yes, down here somewhere. So we can do this. We can definitely do this. Set this to 90. That is accurate. The only trick here is getting it lined up in this plane. But let's see. Can I get this aligned with that is the question. Let us hit the align button. See if I can't align that with the X plane. So long as that is actually centered, I don't mind moving that back up. Components. Select this guy and then moving him up and getting him in position like this. We might have to rotate this guy. To get him in the correct place. Looks like we got to go up just a hair more. In order to avoid that hole right there. Actually, we don't necessarily need to avoid that hole right there because the bolt is only go just so far. Oh no, that's right. That hole is actually from the back. That connection hole is actually from right coming through the back, so we can't actually put this here in that case. Let us come here. It's possible that we might have to just do something ugly, just accept something ugly like this. That way we can still access that hole. That's not interacting with the fan, it doesn't look like, so that's fine right there. And then from there, I guess we're just, again, it will get super glued wherever it gets super glued. That bolt hole will probably still be a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to because of the leg being right there, but I think it's better to have it symmetric and just be happy with it. Hit the capture position button and come up here to mech so we can see everything. Yeah, so this leg, again, I was talking about this last time, how this leg probably could be a little bit shorter, but I wasn't really sure whether or not that was reasonable. So this leg I plan on positioning back and then at an L angle into directly into the edge right there. This leg, I could bend this leg up in front of the fan, which is hopefully not that big of a deal. Bend it up in front of the fan and then bring it back down and sit it right on top of this Z-axis screw. I only have one Z-axis support right now that came with my dual axis kit. I planned on doing a second one, so we could plant this, have this bent straight up and down and land it right on top of that Z-axis. That would give us better access to this hole right here, because obviously it would be we'd have more space to work with. So that may be what we end up doing. The only thing left to do here is actually to put, since these are getting glued in now and this is not going to be all one print, what we need to do is hit combined. I guess I'll come in here to front panel first. This is going to be a little bit tricky because we need to fill this in, but basically the effect is that we're going to cut and keep tools here. And this is a lot easier with the legs, but for this, we kind of need to come back in here and recreate a dome right there. I don't think it's unreasonable to do. I think we probably... I mean, it might be a little unreasonable. I take it back. So the one thing I was thinking while I was trying to figure this out, while I was talking about the other stuff, is actually coming in here to legs. In here to legs. Let's try that again. In here to legs. And going like this, creating a shell, or maybe I shouldn't be in legs, maybe it should be in front panel. Creating a shell off of that, and do this on the outside, 3 millimeters. My only problem with this... Okay, well, obviously there's multiple problems with this, evidently. I was going to say the only problem with this is that I would have the full sphere, and then I'd have to somehow cut the full sphere along here. But, obviously, that's not working. So, if I deselect this, does it work? No. So, that was one option. The other option, I guess, is to hop back in to this front left leg. So actually, let me do it with the front left leg mirror. Just to make sure that I've got this. Center leg base, center leg joint. There. So that should be center. So what we can do is we can create a new, come up here to front component, front panel. Use that. No, that one. Use that one. Create a new sphere. We could create a new sphere. Here's what I'm thinking. The only issue again becomes how exactly we get rid of the parts we don't need. Alright, well, honestly, it's one of these things. I think I will save how I figured that out for the final stream, where I have this all printed out and assembled, where I show it off the showcase stream. So I'll figure this out for the showcase stream and then show you guys where I went with it. The fact of the matter is that I might be trying to get too fancy here. It may actually be best to leave those as holes because you're never going to see them anyway, and we're going to super glue this in place. So since the plan is to super glue this in place, I may be just wasting time here. I may just leave it as a hole and then super glue into there. So, anyway, that was a stream. It has been an hour and 15 minutes. Goal was to get it done in an hour. So, not too bad. Only overshot by 15 minutes. Not that big of a deal. And, yeah, that has been a stream. So, again, this was part 4, correct? Correct? Yes, this is part 4. And we will have a part 5 showcase stream, and that will be the end of it. And then my Ender 3 will be back up and running in theory. And I can start printing PLA on it, because again, my biggest problem right now is that the PLA does not like my Prusa. I'm assuming it's the pay sheet on the Prusa. Oh, spring steel sheet. I'm pretty sure it's pay sheet. So I'm pretty sure that's a problem, and I probably just need to buy a new sheet for my Prusa. The problem is that I've looked at buying a new sheet for my Prusa like 3 times so far. And I keep on looking at the cost and the shipping amount and going, oh my gosh, this is expensive to buy it directly from Prusa. I considered buying it third party, but I really do love my Prusa, so I kind of want to give them more money. It's just, holy crap, it's expensive to replace this stupid print bed sheet. So that's the deal. The deal is that all this will now come to a close for my Ender 3. It will be back functional. We will be printing PLA stuff instead of PETG, which will give me more color options. Obviously, the functional stuff will still be in PETG because PETG is better than PLA, but the fun knick-knacky kind of stuff can go into can be printed in PLA, and I have, again, a much better range of colors in PLA. So, that has been the stream. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not been keeping up with the other stuff on the channel, I've been playing Disgaea. I had a little bit of a salty session last night. Explained myself this morning, the problems that I had with it, and how I actually do like Disgaea, and it's been going fun. So, we went ahead and cleared our first item world, or first 10 levels of an item world at any rate. This afternoon, plan on hopping back in and playing some more of Chapter 3 now that we're done that. And continuing with that series. Otherwise, the Dremel Press, I gave a synopsis on all the things that went wrong with the Dremel Press this morning. So if you missed that one, feel free to check it out. And again, with that one, as I say in that stream, I will be making a new version of the Dremel Press. I have a very good idea of what I'm changing now that I've failed incredibly badly. So I may stream the design for the second version for V2, or I may just print it out and get it over with and then show you guys the changes I made. Otherwise, I have been meaning to get back to Light-like. Light-like is not dead. I swear it's not dead. I just have been caught up with so many other things in my life that I have not had the time to get done. And the bigger problem is that Sunday through Tuesday of last week, I was at like 4.5 hours of sleep per night because I kept on staying up working and stuff. And normally I'd put an hour into programming for Light-like, but I just had zero focus basically Monday through Friday of this past week because I was super sleep deprived. So, one of those things. Light-like would have happened this week, all of this week. I would have done videos all this week for Light-like, but I had zero focus, and I really need to focus when I'm programming because otherwise nothing gets done. So, hopefully I am in much better shape this week coming up, and Light-like will get a continuation. So, that is everything for the time being. There are obviously other projects that I am working on aside from that, but no major updates on those guys, so I will not mention them. However, look forward to all sorts of content on the channel in the days to come. So, with all that, I said so too many times. With all that being said, if you guys have been watching, thank you, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I will catch you next time.